of you know, the void, as we're going to call it, because YouTube doesn't like when we use that word, has taken over essentially the entire world and is keeping people indoors. So, in order to not spread the reverse virus, I guess we'll call it that, um, they have people staying in, and it's very important that we do. And since a lot of new I've noticed an influx in new players in Vanguard, especially with Vanguard Zero coming out, and us not knowing when we'll be able to play again, physically anyway. Thought I'd show you guys how to play Cardfight Area. So first thing you're going to want to do, I have a video that I'm going to link in the description of how to download and or update Cardfight Area. Go ahead and check that out. But once you go back and watch that video, come back here to this point, we'll be able to move forward from there. And this is just going to be basically showing you the controls. So actually, let's go ahead, and what you're going to want to do first is you're going to want to go ahead and just connect. It's going to have all your basic stuff. Instead of like your name, it's just going to have Baka there. You're going to want to set a name, pick your avatar, make a password, and then just log in. It's that simple. There's not much differentiation like where it indicates you from everybody else, but if you can't see, I'm this little guy right here on the left side of the screen, and basically to move around you just use the not the number pad, but the up, down, left, right directional. You go to different areas. This is the room for standard, and we're gonna go to where my friends and I usually go to play each other, the docks. If anybody says meet me at the docks, this is what they're talking about, because obviously it's a dock. I actually don't know what's up here. I know it used to be something up here though. Oh yeah, it's the same building. This, like everywhere except for the standard room, is literally, it's just premium. You can play standard stuff there, but yeah, that's if you and your friend meet up and whatever. Next is the snow room, where a lot of team battles go on. We'll get into that later. And this is ice. Generally in ice, people just sit in here just to sit in just about like somewhere around this area and unlock card sleeves. At least that's, I've unlocked 2 card sleeves standing in this spot. I've seen other people that were standing in this spot and they've unlocked card sleeves. So that might be, I'm not sure if it's a coincidence. I have seen it happen in other rooms, but that's most of the place where I see people standing. All right, so now let's get to the part that you guys are here for. How to play. So first off, you're going to need a deck. So you're not going to have a deck to load yet. You're going to have deck editor. So you're going to pick a clan. Make sure it says new deck. Deck 50 out of 0. Or 0 out of 0 or whatever. And you're going to pick clan. They separate them by nations. United Sanctuary, Dragon Empire, Stargate. I don't know why the mass collection is in Stargate, but whatever. Magellanica, Zoo, and Dark Zone. Then we have order cards in here. We have Cray Elementals for those of you who play premium, and then Token Ranbu. No nation of their own, they're just Token Ranbu. So next, let's actually go into a game. Okay, so instead of going into a game, I just went into the testing area by myself. So you're gonna see like your different zones. Like this bottom half obviously is yours. This is your damage zone. When you're in ride phase, you go here, main phase, battle phase. Important note: if it's your opponent's turn and you're still in battle phase, then you damage check. The cards are gonna go to your hand, no matter what. That's what it's programmed to do. And then you need to be in end phase to make sure it goes. This is the coin that you toss to see who goes first. It's completely random, or supposed to be. This is the exit out. From here, you can save the replay of the game that you just had, no matter what happens. And here's your deck, 50 cards. This opens up your deck so you can look at it as it is. For you guys, you're seeing my Gear Chronicle deck right now. And then if you want to back out of it, you just press Control. Do not press Escape. You will exit the entire game, or the program anyway. Here is if you're playing Premium. This would be where your G zone is. This is where you shuffle your deck, where you want to reveal the top card. For me, that's my starter. This is where you could make equip gauges for Tachikaze. You can also use this for Genesis for the Godly gauge. If you want to mill a card, if you want to soul charge a card. And when you want to look into your soul, you press the control button and you left click. If you want to look at the drop zone, control right click. And then you can take those cards from anywhere and just, put them wherever. But generally, like if you want to move a card from somewhere to somewhere that's already on the board, like you just go ahead and left click and put them anywhere. So, anywho's, next, bind zone is up here. So to get to the bind zone, it's control right click, and you can access the cards there. You can move them around. You can put them back to your deck or put them in your hand. Now this is what it looks like when you click on a card. When you just left click, first option is to top a deck. Second option is to bottom a deck. Third option is to hand, and the fourth option is to extra deck. The reason why that's important is because sometimes when it's in the bind zone, you can't see all of these options, which is why I was explaining it to you. For times when you need to G-assist, you want to put the cards. Generally, I like putting them here in the remove from game area where they have. But sometimes you can't. If you're playing in standard, you can put them in your G zone. So you can go ahead and do this, and then just click on put them in extra deck. You'll see the cards that you bound right there. Next, and then if you want to hand shuffle just to psych your opponent out, I guess. You can do that. And then this would be to return your stride. Like, let's say you rode the wrong thing on accident, or strode onto the wrong thing on accident. You go ahead and you put your stride back, and then you go stride into something different if your opponent's not a beanbag. Now, when you want to attack, here, let me shuffle this. Actually, let me put my cards back, and then shuffle up and get a hand. And when you shuffle, don't just press once. You need to press at least like 5 or 6 times. Alright, we have cards. Alright. Alright, not bad. So then, I'm just going to take you through a normal progress of a turn. It's my turn. It's my beginning of my turn. Game just started. Stand to draw. And now I'm in ride phase, so I'm going to go ahead and ride. I'm not, for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to proc his effect. But you just go ahead. When you want to ride, you just left click, and then left click to this circle, or to the Vanguard circle. It's going to ask you if you want to ride, you want to put in the soul, and you want to close. You close, you just close, but the other two are very self-descriptive. And when it's your turn to attack, you go ahead, first things first, you get into battle phase. You right click to turn it that way, and then you right click on top of the deck and perform a drive check. Or, if you have a twin drive, you do it again. And then generally what people do, if you get a crit trigger, you just put a CVG if you want to put it on Vanguard, or you just type in where you want to put the crit, and then you just assign the power, because if you try to go ahead and just do it again without assigning the power, it's not going to allow you to do anything else. So you need to assign the power. But yeah, that's pretty much just like a rough estimate. And then, the last part, end phase. End phase, you go ahead and you put in whatever. And any trigger powers, they'll automatically be reset. Now, if during your turn you have a skill that, for example, Chronojet, and I'll show you guys how to put the markers on in a few seconds. But Chronojet, next stage, has a skill where, he gives plus 15k to the thing that you ride. So what you want to do is you want to click on the Vanguard, press the space bar. You'll see like a little bar, gray box pop up with a number. If you want to add power at any time, you just put the number that you want to increase it by. So since his power would go up by 1500, you'll hear like a little ding noise, and then the power will go up. If you ever want to lower the power, let's say you're playing against Revan, and then you go minus 5000, and then it'll take it from that point. But when you add or subtract power, it's just going to be adding or subtracting it from that unit's base power. And then when you want to return that unit's base power back to normal, you go ahead and do the adding power trick, and then you just press 0 and then enter, and it takes it back to where it was. Now, if you're doing this for a rear guard because they've lost power, they've gained power, you can easily do it just by simply moving the circle that they're in. Doesn't matter where you move it to, as long as you move it, the power will go. Just show you, for example. See, it was 11, then it went back to 10, and then you just put it back where you had it. Next, gift markers. You're gonna, you can left click it, and then on the very end, on the right, there's token activate. So you go ahead and put it on wherever you want to put it. And we're just gonna put it in our battle phase so that way the token actually activates. Tokens automatically activate if they give you power on your turn automatically. So see, right now it's still technically my turn because it's in battle phase, but as soon as I go to end phase, it goes back down to 13. But when it's my turn again, yeah. And if you make a mistake on where to put the gift marker, I know it's very tricky in how you have to do it. There it is. You can grab the gift marker with the right click, but it has to be somewhere around here, and then you can just reassign it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the basic functions of Cardfight Area. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, feel free, reach out, ask. I made a Discord server so that way I can talk to people who are wanting to play games. I know that most of you are in other Discords, but my Discord is just going to be in the description below. Mainly it's for people from Ohio, but I'm opening it up to other people as well. So if you guys want to join, feel free. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening, and I will see you guys next time.